Hey, I'm Cece, and I feel like I have entirely too much teeth at this point, so I'm gonna go fix that. So at this point, I think I'm gonna do the same path that I did before, where I was just like a total dickhead, but instead of going and trying to wrestle the drill away from him without using the scalpel for some fucking reason that, yes, I am still salty about, I'm gonna just kind of like hang out and see what happens with that. Okay, so at this point, we have the... He's drilling. We have the rat poison, we have the scalpel, supposedly, and we looked through the photo album and saw all the weird shit going on with his mom. And we ran into them in the kitchen. He's drilling into her teeth, and I'm just gonna be like, you know what, that fucking sucks for you, bitch, but I'm gonna be over here, so good luck with that. Being forced to choose between your own life and someone else's is a horrible choice to make, but in the end, you have to put yourself first. All you can do is look away as he rubs... His heavy breathing tells you how worked up he is, and you can hear unintelligible pleading. The poor girl is still trying to beg for help or mercy, even through the cheek retractor. You cover your ears, squeezing your eyes shut. You feel sick having to see and listen to this. After what feels like an eternity, the pleading stops, and the groaning goes quiet. You carefully uncover your ears, your eyes fluttering open. When your eyes open, Wade is standing in front of you. Behind him, you can see the girl on the table. Well, you did a good job staying out of the way. Thanks, Wade. Shit, she looks... dead. Now to decide what to do about the mess. He hums a little, looking contemplative, but it's not the dead body he's looking at. It's you. I don't like that. Wade stares at you for a moment, then sighs. I've been putting it off longer than I should have. He seems a bit disappointed as he speaks, considering you closely. I think I hoped something about you would be different. You seemed different than the others. Again, I don't understand how. Unless it's just because I was like, peace out, dude, you're super fucking weird, so good luck with all that. But I think I was wrong. You're not as different as I thought. It's okay, though, because you're not entirely worthless. Oh, wow, thanks, Wade. You'll still be plenty useful to me. He reaches toward his tool tray, picking something up, and you back up nervously. You have a bad feeling about this. He's talking so ominously. He lunges, shoving a needle into your thigh, and injects you with something that burns in your veins. Go to sleep, darling. For your sake, I hope you stay asleep for what I've got to do next. Probably find the scalpel that I just didn't want to do anything with, and throw that aside, because it's fucking useless, apparently. You try to fight the creeping darkness, but eventually your vision fades out. When your eyes open again, you're aware of where you are, but you can't seem to move. You can only watch, your eyes wide and horrified as you realize what's going on. You're strapped down to the dental chair, your mouth forced wide open. A horrible aching throbs in your mouth, and there's a strange, empty feeling. Did he take all my goddamn teeth? I feel like he has enough goddamn teeth. He has enough. He doesn't also need my teeth. Wade hovers over you, a look of irritability on his face as he concentrates on your mouth. You would scream if you could, but your voice is silenced as you feel him rip out one of your teeth. Suddenly, you realize what the empty feeling in your mouth is. He's pulling out all your teeth. Oh my god! Dramatic reveal, never would have guessed. Wade raises a brow when he sees your eyes looking around frantically. Oh, you woke up? That's a shame. I was hoping that drug would be strong enough to keep you out. Sorry about this, but you're just not all that useful to me anymore. But don't worry, I'll always cherish these. Wade holds up one of the teeth he extracted from your mouth happily. He drops the tooth into a jar, then picks up a syringe from the table. Let's put you back under, all right? Well, at least we're unconscious through this. He could have very easily kept us awake through the whole process, and he didn't, so yay. The bar I have set for these characters is ridiculously low. You don't have the voice to protest, so all you can do is watch in horror as he injects you once again. This time, you never wake up. It's better than a drill to the head, I guess. Alright, so now we'll do the one that everybody loves, the gross one. I hate it. So I guess I'm gonna just go up to him and be like, bro, what's going on, man? I have never seen a single true crime documentary, and I'm getting really close to you. As you approach, you can see the man more clearly, and you can tell the animal he's hunching over is hurt. Oh, the poor baby. At first, he can't tell you're coming, but when you step on a twig, his head whips around to look at you. Oh, thank goodness someone is here. This animal is seriously hurt. Oh, wow, what a good Samaritan. Though his tone is relieved, something about the strange man's expression seems off, like he's sizing you up. Your eyes flash over him as he stands to look at you, searching for any helpful details. The man seems rather suspicious, but this animal definitely needs some help. Should I call a vet, or why are your hands bloody? Sir? I mean, we may have stumbled directly into the trap, but we don't have to be completely oblivious about it. Yet. Why are your hands bloody? You look toward the stranger's hands warily, distrustful of him off the bat. I didn't do this, if that's what you're implying. That's exactly what I was implying, you little shit. I mean, do you seriously think I would be looking for help if I wanted the animal hurt? You weren't looking for help, though. You weren't looking for help. You were crouched in a tree, tearing out this animal's teeth, and you happened to get caught. The man denies hurting the dog pretty intensely, but if that's true, why does he have a pair of pliers in his shirt pocket? The red spots on the pliers could be rust, but you think it's a lot more likely they're blood. You just had to make this harder on yourself, didn't you? You're not sure what he means, but it can't be anything good. You turn to run, but you don't get far. After only a few steps, the strange man catches up with you and seizes your head in his hand. Fuck! With one quick motion, he smashes your head into a nearby tree, face first, your nose gushing blood. If you'd just come to my fucking car instead of making things difficult, it wouldn't have to be like this. You didn't even give me the opportunity to agree to go to a car. The car was never discussed. The car wasn't even in play. He wasn't like, hey, come to my car. Let's look up this dog and take him to the vet. And I was like, no, that doesn't sound great for me. You were just like, I didn't do this. And then I was like, you sure? And then face into a tree. When your eyes open again, they're flooded with an intense light that stings to look at. Yeah, we're trapped. So I'm still gonna try to escape, even though getting a scalpel is apparently fucking useless. I'm never gonna be over that. Get the stupid thing and go back to the chair and pretend as if we weren't out of our chair. Why am I here, sir? Why'd you bring me here? What do you want from me? You can't keep the tone of panic out of your voice as you speak, your voice wavering a bit. The man seems little more than amused as he speaks up to answer your question. Well, my name is Dr. Wade Curtis, and I brought you here because your teeth need dental attention. He didn't even know. It's not as if he saw my teeth as I was walking through the park, unless I was walking around the park like this, just like snarling at everybody, which probably wasn't happening on that day at least. You gulp, unsettled by the idea of him working on your teeth. Are you the one who's been pulling teeth out of animals' mouths? Yes, that. I've had to work far too often on animal subjects recently. Wade appears a bit annoyed at being reminded about this fact. Luckily, you ran into me at just the right time. I've been wanting to work on human teeth more often. Now, open your mouth nice and wide so I can take a look at those teeth, okay? I mean, he says that he's gonna work on my teeth and he doesn't even fucking touch them. He doesn't even touch a single solitary tooth. Like, bitch, I'm already trapped in the goddamn basement. You don't have to lie to me about your intentions. I've already been kidnapped and tied to a chair. There really isn't any false pretense here as to what's going to happen. Alright, I guess we'll comply. You don't think making him mad is a very good idea. You open your mouth hesitantly and he seems pleased at your cooperation. Thank you. This will make everything much easier. Wade picks up one of the shiny metal tools from the tray beside him carefully. Now let's begin with an examination. I guess maybe it's because I didn't open my mouth. I had to have the cheek expander put in there, and then it just jumps straight to shenanigans. He brings the small, sharp metal hook close, scraping carefully at the surface of your teeth. Glancing downward leaves your face flushed with embarrassment as you look away. Yeah. Wade doesn't speak much, but he's clearly worked up as he sets aside his tool. Instead, he brings a hand up to your mouth, running a finger over the ridges and valleys of your teeth. Do you clench your jaw much? Your chewing surfaces are worn. I mean, yeah. As he runs his finger over your teeth, you can't hold back your disgust. There's no way you can allow him to put his grubby hands on your mouth like this. You bite down hard on his finger and he jerks back with a hiss of pain. Shit, that hurt! Are you gonna be uncooperative like that the whole time? He looks pissed as he shakes his hand off, examining the imprint of your teeth. I'm trying to help you here. How do his eyes keep turning red? Is he a demon? I wouldn't put it past this kind of game to have him be some sort of supernatural creature. Wade turns away from you, reaching to the side and picking up a strange device. It looks kind of terrifying, honestly. Clear plastic half circles connected with an arch. Oh, okay, so it's the extender. And then... Okay. I guess this time we'll accept the food. Sure, I could use something to eat. You don't entirely trust him, but in the end, you don't have much choice. Your stomach is growling, and you'll probably need your energy if you're going to escape. Wade nods, seeming indifferent as he heads towards the door. I'll be back in a minute with something for you to eat. He steps out, shutting the door behind him and leaving you in the dark of the basement. For a moment, you just sit in the darkness, listening to the sound of motion in the next room. The basement must lead into the kitchen. A minute later, Wade steps back into the room, holding a black plastic tray. I brought you a TV dinner. I hope that's fine. I don't eat much else. He plops the food down in front of you, handing a blunt plastic kitty fork to eat with. Didn't want to give you a sharp fork. I'd be pissed if you stabbed me. It's a good call. It's a good call. That's a good call on his part. Wade laughs a little, watching you as you hesitantly dig into the soggy microwave meal. It's not great, but it's the best you're gonna get. Alright, well, I'll leave you alone to get some sleep now. Wade leaves the basement again, and you eat your dinner in the dark. It doesn't taste great, but it's not horrible, and it fills your growling stomach. With your appetite soothed, you sigh, settling down on your dog bed, pulling the blanket over you. Maybe you should get some rest. Okay, so I think last time we stayed up, and it didn't really do anything. So I guess we'll sleep, and then... Well, we did stay awake, and then he came in, and he was like, ooh, you're still awake. Okay, never mind, and then peaced out. So I'm really worried about what's gonna happen if we sleep, but I guess let's do it anyways. In the end, you decide the best thing to do is get some rest. After all, you'll need your energy. You still need to figure out a way to escape this horrible place. It's going to be way harder to do that if you can't think straight because of sleep deprivation. You settle down on the dog bed, pulling the blanket over you. It's a strange, worn, old quilt. You wonder for a moment where it came from, but in the end, it doesn't matter. It's just something you're using to stay warm in a serial killer's basement. You don't need to know this guy's whole backstory, you just need to get the fuck out of here. True facts. It's difficult, but eventually your eyes drift closed. There will be time to worry about that sort of thing tomorrow. When you wake up, it's hard to tell if it's morning or not. Your vision is a bit fuzzy at first as you yawn, looking around you. You're still in the basement, right where you were when you fell asleep. You can't help thinking back to last night and wondering how it could have ever really happened. It all seems like some kind of strange, surreal nightmare. You pinch yourself, hoping the pain will snap you out of it. You don't wake up, of course. After all, this is no dream. You're really here, really stuck. The door to the basement creaks open after a moment, and Wade walks into the basement. He's wearing pretty much the same clothes as he did yesterday, still just as worn and stained. I have to go to work, but I'll be back later. If I get back and you pulled something dumb, yeah, what the fuck ever. Give me my goddamn snack cakes and toothbrush. Yeah. Okay, so our sanity is all the way up. I feel like we probably don't need to eat these. I don't know. Maybe we'll just eat them. But I'm not brushing my goddamn teeth. Fuck off. I'm not doing it. Alright, we're gonna search around the basement again. We're gonna go through the cabinets, get our rat poison. Oh, you know what? Next go around, maybe we put the poison in the snack cake and then be like, shares these, and then he eats the rat poison and dies. Maybe that's the way we get him. Next time. Alright, let's get the fuck out of here. Alrighty, sucks to suck, lady, but I got my own shit to do. Ah, shit, I still died. Fine. Alright, I'm just gonna ignore the fact that his hands are super bloody and he has a pair of pliers in his pocket and he looks like a crazy person. She's like, oh my god, should we call a vet? I'm just gonna be super oblivious to everything. I don't think any of the emergency vets around here would make the drive to come pick an animal up. I want to move the dog to my truck so I can drive it to the vet, but I've been waiting for someone to come help. I would do it myself, but I can't carry it gently enough to avoid injuring it and also get my truck door open. The animal clearly needs help, but it's sort of a leap of faith to get in the car with a stranger. Again, never seen a true crime documentary. I don't know any of the rules. You seem trustworthy enough with your dirty clothes and bloody hands and bloody pliers and crazy eyes. Let's just get into the car with this dog that has very clearly been mutilated by this exact man. Yeah, alright, let's get this poor baby to a vet. You scoop up the injured dog in your arms, glad to feel it breathing faintly in your grasp. You carry it as gently as you can, following the strange man to a big, blue pickup truck. The truck must be an old model because the paint is faded and powdery with lots of chips and rusty spots. The strange man opens the back door of the truck, helping you get the animal inside. You nestle the dog into an old cardboard box advertising Diet The Crypt energy drinks, lined with a soft blanket. Why does he just have an old cardboard box lined with a soft blanket? I mean, obviously on this run, we're not gonna think anything of it, but like, that's really fucking weird, man. Once the dog is tucked safely into the box, you come around the side of the truck to climb into the passenger seat. Like, that's the part I don't understand. We got the dog into the truck. Why do we also have to come? Because then, like, let's just say that we take this guy's word for it. And we're like, yeah, we're going to the vet. He needed help getting the door open, but we're going to get him to the vet once the dog's in the car. Why do I have to come? You can just get in the vet's office and be like, hey, I need some help with this dog. Can somebody come help me? And also, it's so much easier to like open the door, get the dog out, and close the door. Because then you can just like, boop, bump it with your hip and it's closed. Case solved. Why is my dumbass also getting in this car? The strange man climbs into the driver's seat, shutting the door behind him. For a moment, he seems to be digging for something next to his seat, but you don't really think much of it. You climb into the passenger seat, settling down on the peeling brown vinyl seat, and close your door. You expect him to start the engine, but instead you hear a clicking noise as the car doors lock. You glance over at your door, startled, but you don't have much time to fumble with the lock and pull it open. Before you can manage to get the car door open, the strange man lunges across the center console. With one hand, he grabs your hair and holds your head in place as the other hand presses a rag over your face. The rag smells strongly of chemicals and you grow woozy quickly. Sorry about lying to you, but I had to get you in my car somehow. Again, I didn't need to go into it. I mean, he would have gotten me either way. I know that. But I didn't need to make it, like, ultra easy. Okay, so it seems like, I don't know, every time we've escaped from the cuffs, we've ended up trying to escape when he leaves for work. So I'm wondering if we don't escape from the cuffs, if that doesn't lead to the same ending. I don't know. I don't know if it's like we try to escape and then he comes down and then maybe that's it. Maybe we try to escape the cuffs and then later on, but we're like compliant the entire time until we get into the kitchen and then he brings a girl down. But then he's like, that was disappointing. Don't do that shit. But we keep going? I'm gonna try that. And then if that doesn't work, I'll come back and do this whole rigmarole again. What you got tools for, friend? You eye his tray of tools mistrustfully, unsettled by the shiny, fierce-looking metal. What are those tools for? The strange man seems amused by your question, looking toward you as he examines the tools. Well, you're sitting in the office of Dr. Wade Curtis, and these are dental tools. That means today, I'll be doing an exam on your teeth. Yay! Wade approaches you with a tiny dental mirror in one hand and a small metal pick in the other. Alright, fine. Fucking fine. And then I won't bite him this time, I fucking guess. Wade flushes a little as he examines your teeth, growing more heated by the moment. This isn't looking too good, honestly. Wade retracts his hand from your mouth and you breathe a sigh of relief. Unfortunately, your relief is rather short-lived. So it seems the outcome is the same either way, no matter what. Ooh! I can bite the shit out of him, though. Okay, I'm gonna bite this. I'm gonna bite the shit out of him. And go through there. He'll probably just kill me immediately and then go back and do the escaping thing and then go back and do the non-escaping thing. We've got a plan. Oh, I can't bite him. I can either close my mouth or keep it open. There is no choice otherwise. Fucking lame. Just so you know, I stayed compliant and asked for some food. We'll go to sleep. We're not gonna eat the snacks though. I wanna see if we can put the poison in them. The poison. The poison for Cusco. Cusco's poison. In the end, you decide to not eat the fish cakes Wade brought you. Fish cakes? What are fish cakes? I thought they were snack cakes. I was imagining like zebra cakes. You really don't trust them to be safe. And besides, even if they are safe, they have so much sugar they might send you into a diabetic coma instantly. Are we diabetic? You stash the fish cakes away under the pillow of your dog bed just in case. Who knows if they'll ever come in useful. They'll be useful once I stuff them with poison. As you look around the basement, your stomach growls loudly. Hopefully you won't regret rejecting the snack cakes. Having made your decision about the sugary snack cakes, you now turn your glance to the other bag. Yeah, I guess I should fucking brush my teeth, goddammit. I mean, just in general, if I go without brushing my teeth, I feel disgusting. Like, I would probably brush my teeth in this situation, so I guess. Eventually, you decide that it's not worth the risk that Wade might hurt you if you ignore him. Who knows, maybe he really would smell your breath to check if you brushed them. Honestly, you wouldn't put it past him. He seems weird enough for that. You pull out the toothbrush and toothpaste, dunking the toothbrush in the water bottle to get it wet. You brush your teeth as thoroughly as you can manage without a mirror. Why would you need a mirror? Do you brush your teeth with a mirror? I don't need a mirror to brush my teeth. You know you're not supposed to swallow toothpaste, but spitting it on the ground seems gross. Look at where we are. Look at the environment we are in. This is not a 5-star hotel. This is a goddamn dirty-ass basement filled with jars of teeth. I think spitting your toothpaste on the ground is gonna be fine. You swallow the leftover toothpaste, washing it down with a few gulps of the water bottle. Once your teeth are clean, you stuff everything back in the baggies, sighing. Wade will probably be away for a few hours longer. What can you do with yourself for that long? We'll search the basement and get some poison. You know. Poison them. We'll look through these boxes. And then we're gonna get the fuck out of here. But we're not gonna do all that. And I still fucking died. Okay, I think it's the escaping thing. We're not gonna escape the first time, maybe? I don't know. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna go back. Okay, so we're not escaping the cuffs. We're gonna just be like, hello? Is anyone there? Where am I? You call out into the darkness in your confusion, hoping anyone else might be here to help. For a second, there seems to be no response, but then you can hear a door opening somewhere behind you. Footsteps approach, and then the man from the park comes to stand next to you. He stands next to a sterile-looking medicine counter, carefully setting up a tray of dental tools. Who are you? Dr. Wade Curtis, here to fuck shit up. Alright, we're gonna be compliant. Wade watches you for a moment, almost analyzing your expression and body language. Whatever he's looking for, he seems satisfied because he nods once, an odd smile on his face. Come on, we'll get you something to eat before you get some sleep. He motions for you to follow, and you watch in surprise as he opens the basement door. Ooh. So it was the escaping thing. It was the getting out of the cuffs. I don't want to go up there. What are you going to do to me up there? Is he letting you out? No, he's not letting me out. You're suspicious, of course, but you have a better chance of escaping up there than in here. You follow him cautiously, stepping out of the basement. The door leads out of the basement and into a small kitchen, slightly outdated, but still nice. Somehow you expected the rest of the house to be creepier, similar to the basement. Just looking around you, you would never expect a murderer to live here. Wade stands in the kitchen, pausing by the refrigerator. What do you like to eat? I don't usually cook, but I can make easy stuff. He opens the freezer, pulling out a frozen TV dinner for himself. He holds it up, looking towards you. Do you like these? I can heat one for you, too. He pauses a moment, seeming kind of awkward. At least he's being remarkably nice, though. Oh, so nice. So nice. Look at him. Just... oh, so nice. He opens one of the cabinets above his counter, pushing around some of the boxes in there. I can make you mac and cheese if you don't like the TV dinners. Pasta is about all I can cook, though. He looks a little ashamed at his lack of cooking skills, honestly. After a moment of thought, you decide on one of the options. Let's go for some mac and cheese. You consider your options for a moment, then point to the box of macaroni and cheese. TV dinners always turn out soggy anyways, and besides, you would honestly kill for some of that neon orange cheese right now. Alright, let's get cooking then. He smiles, putting his TV dinner back in the freezer and taking out a box of mac and cheese. His stove and pots are clearly not used much, considering he stores his pots in the oven. He pulls one out and measures the water for the noodles haphazardly. I warn you, I'm not the best cook, so it may kind of turn out like macaroni soup. Privately, you can't help but wonder if his food would turn out better if he, actually measured anything. Do you want me to get the rest of the ingredients? What else do you need? Just butter. You figure if you're going to make him cook for the first time in forever, you may as well help. Of course. We don't want to be a burden to our kidnapper. It's an oddly domestic scene, and for a moment you're disturbed. How did you settle so easily into getting along with a serial killer? You resolve to remember your situation better from now on. Spoiler alert, that's not going to happen. He may seem nice now, but you can't forget that he's dangerous. Sure, hopefully I have butter and milk and shit in the fridge. His language is crude, but he doesn't seem to mean anything by it. You're reading a lot into somebody who was ripping teeth out of a dog in the park and then used it to kidnap you. He just speaks in the way that most blue-collar bachelors speak. You wonder for a moment what he does when he's not pretending to be a dentist. As you think about it, you open up Wade's fridge. Thankfully, there's butter and less than an inch worth of milk. Aside from that, though, the fridge is mostly barren. The shelves are populated by sauces and a large pack of beer. Nothing fancy, just the cheap, canned kind. You can't believe you're being held captive by a man who drinks light beer. What a fucking loser. You mostly stand in silence as Wade cooks, and once he's done, he dishes up 2 bowls. Let's go sit down in the living room. We can watch a movie or something. Oh, sure. He leads you out into a simple living room. Small, but pretty charming. What is charming about this? It's filthy. It's disgusting. There's a big old picture of teeth in the corner. I am so far away from being charmed. Outside the window, the sky is dark, the shiny street lit with streetlights. How could he have killed so many people without a single neighbor noticing? Wade settles down on the couch, patting the seat next to his. Come on, sit down. We can watch a movie before bed. You sit awkwardly, a little confused by his behavior. He's acting like what went down in the basement never happened. Wade grabs the remote, flicking on the television and turning on some silly action movie. It looks like a rip-off of The Fast and the Furious, titled The Quick and the Quarrelsome. I'd watch it. The plot is lame, but Wade seems more interested in the explosions and car crash effects. He cheers and laughs when the cars blow up, and honestly, it's a little endearing. She's like, yay, people died in a fiery car crash. It's so cute that he thinks it's awesome. You really shouldn't find it as attractive as you do. No, you really shouldn't. After a while, though, the movie ends and Wade yawns, stretching a little. He stands, glancing toward you with a tired smile. Let's get our teeth brushed and head to bed. You stand from the couch, a little weirded out by all of this. Wade leads you toward the bathroom, skipping the gestures and just pulling you by the hand. His hand is warm and calloused, worked rough by whatever job he works during the day. He tugs you along, opening the door to the bathroom and bringing you inside. Wade grabs a toothbrush from the counter, wetting it in the sink, and then turning to you. He seems disturbingly excited, honestly. Are we just going to share a toothbrush? Are we going to be those people? Going to share a toothbrush? Oh, he's going to try to brush my teeth for me. That's about when it hits you that he intends on brushing your teeth himself. It's a really strange idea, and he's disturbingly excited about it. Well, you know I'm a headstrong bitch. No thanks, I can brush my own teeth. You hesitate for a moment before shaking your head, keeping your mouth shut. Wade seems almost pouty as he sighs, holding the toothbrush out to you. Fine, you can do it yourself. Just make sure you get every spot, okay? He watches attentively to make sure you're brushing well, his eyes focused in on your mouth. As he watches, he begins to... It's kind of awkward brushing with him watching like that. It feels like exhibitionism. Eventually, you finish up brushing your teeth, and you turn on the water to rinse the toothbrush. Wade flips the water off before you can rinse the brush, snagging it from your hand. Is he gonna suck on it? Because I'm going to vomit. Without hesitation, he adds new toothpaste on top and pops it right into his own mouth. Nasty. It clearly gives him an even better thrill than watching you brush, and his face flushes red. He's really turned on by all of this. Why? Ugh. It's kind of awkward to watch, but honestly a little bit of a compliment. Look, we're not even halfway down. We just started crazy. We just start off crazy. Is he really that excited to use the same toothbrush as you? Once he finishes brushing his teeth, he finally rinses the toothbrush off and sets it down. So we're just gonna sleep in the same bed now? He seems excited as he brings you toward the bed, pausing to think for a moment. I guess it wouldn't be comfortable to sleep in your normal clothes. You can borrow some of mine. Oh yes, because you wear so much clothing to bed. He digs out an old, worn pair of boxers and a white undershirt tank from his dresser. These should do the trick. He tosses them to you, watching expectantly. He clearly intends for you to change right here. You figure you'll just leave your underwear on, that way you won't be showing too much. You change hurriedly into the borrowed clothes, then Wade climbs into bed. He pulls the covers back to let you lay down, and you hesitate for a moment. This was kind of weird. Are you really about to sleep in bed with a serial killer? Kind of weird, she says. Kind of weird. You decide not to think about it too much, climbing in next to him and settling down. You intend to stay awake and find a weapon or escape route, but your plans are quickly spoiled. Wade hooks an arm around your waist and pulls you closer to him, settling down to sleep. This man has zero sense of boundaries. Jesus, he just started these shenanigans right off the bat. He was like, I am kidnapping a future wife that I can also fuck around with her teeth with. Like, he did not have any difficulties between like finding that middle ground between victim and like a person that he likes. You know, like these games, like you have to kind of like charm them and win them over, and then they're like, oh, maybe I won't kill you, and this guy's just like, nah, we're good. I like you, and you're gonna sleep in bed with me the first night. I trust you. It's gonna be fine. You won't be able to go anywhere with him holding you like this. Despite your best efforts to stay awake, you eventually drift off, still held close in his grip. Escape will have to wait till morning, I guess. Also, can we talk about these books? You have DIY Dental, Teeth 101. I love that there's just DIY dental books. That sounds horrifying. Also, our heart isn't all shriveled and gross, so I guess it's not a health meter, it's a love meter, infatuation meter, obsession meter. When you wake up the next morning, you can already hear the rustling of Wade getting dressed. When you open your eyes, he's jerking on his clothes, pulling on the same stained clothes. He must have a uniform that he has to wear to work. Well, that or he's just kind of gross. What makes you think that? When he glances over and notices you, he's surprised for a moment. Oh, you're awake. He sighs, buckling his belt. I hate to say it, but I'm gonna have to take you back down to the basement. I'm gonna be at work, and I can't have you wreaking havoc while I'm gone. I wouldn't wreak havoc, I would just, leave. He may have trusted you enough to sleep in his bed, but he clearly doesn't trust you to stay there. Wade seems annoyed as he buttons his shirt, then turns to you, motioning gruffly. Come on, down you go. He seems like an entirely different man than the one you saw last night. Something is wrong this morning. He's irritable and snappy. You try not to pay it too much mind as he leads you down to the basement. He grabs something off the kitchen counter as he passes, though you don't get the chance to see it. You take one more look around the kitchen, eyeing the drawers that store the utensils. If you needed a knife, well, you could probably find one here. Wade nudges you into the basement a little more roughly than needed. Inside the basement, the lights are on now, and there's a dog bed with a blanket against one wall. Wade tosses you a cellophane packet of snack cakes labeled fish cakes towards you, along with a gallon-sized Ziploc. In the Ziploc is a toothbrush, toothpaste, and a water bottle. Brush your teeth while I'm gone. I'll know if you don't. His tone is a matter of fact, but the threat is clearly implied in his statement. With that, he sweeps out the door, slamming and locking it behind him. Okay, so we're not going to eat them because I want to get the poison, because I feel like we're going to have a much better chance of surviving the next encounter now that we've, been out of the basement and all of that stuff. So we're not going to eat the fish cakes. We're going to put the poison in the fish cakes, somehow trick him to eat these fish cakes, and then get out of here. But I guess we'll brush our teeth. We have to stay on his good side, right? We have to convince him that we're nice and trustworthy, and so he'll eat the fish cakes and die. All right, so we're still gonna look around. We're gonna get the poison. We're gonna look through the boxes. And then, we're not looking too good. Then we're gonna get out of here. Whoa, what are you doing here? Oh my god, we're not gonna go anywhere near that bitch. So, sorry. Ah, shit, I still died. What the actual fuck? Is it because I didn't let him brush my teeth? These men and their tiny fucking egos. Alright, I'll go back and let him brush my teeth and see if that changes anything, and then if not, I'm gonna step in and see if saving her does something. Maybe he expects me to be brave boy. Even though last time I was brave boy, he put the drill in my fucking temple, so like... Make up your goddamn mind, Wade. Alright, brush my damn teeth. You hesitantly open your mouth to let him access your teeth. He grins, excited by your compliance. It's kind of awkward to see how eager he is. He pushes the toothbrush into your mouth, carefully brushing every surface, nook, and crevice. He's careful about cleaning your teeth and disturbingly fascinated by the process. Your teeth are so shiny, I'll have to take good care of them. Do you floss often? You should floss at least once a day. I do not do that. Like I floss, it is not every day. It's maybe like once or twice a week. Much like a real dentist, he completely ignores the fact that you can't respond with your mouth full. He takes his time brushing your teeth and you can... oh, no! You can't decide if that would be flattering, fucking weird, or some odd combination of both. Just weird. Just weird. Nothing flattering. Just weird. Either way, it seems you won't have to find out. Finally, he takes the toothbrush out of your mouth, nodding. All clean, now you can rinse with mouthwash. He makes you rinse as instructed, then, to your surprise, does he make you spit it into his mouth like a baby bird? He applies fresh toothpaste right onto the same brush and pops it into his mouth without even rinsing it. He must get a lot of excitement out of this. Yikes. Brushing his teeth with the same toothbrush he just used on you. Once he finishes, he rinses the toothbrush off and sets it on the counter by the sink. Okay, so we're not gonna eat the fish cakes. We're gonna brush our teeth. Look around. Get that damn poison. I swear to God, I'm gonna poison these fish cakes. And then we're escaping. Okay. It really was because I didn't let this bitch brush my teeth. That's it. That's the only thing. I didn't let him brush my teeth, and that means I have to die. What a fucking child. To be honest, you aren't sure what comes over you. Something in you snaps seeing him touch himself like that. Your first thought isn't disgust or fear like it should be. Yes, like it should be. No, your first thought, the thought that burns like white heat at the front of your mind, is jealousy. You can't explain why, can't even explain how you got to be where you are now. All you know is that, despite knowing she had no choice in this, you hate this poor girl. You know she was kidnapped, forced to be here just like you, and yet you find yourself wanting her dead, purely because she dared to excite Wade this way. Has it even been a full 24 hours at this point? And we've already gone this cuckoo banana pants? Somehow, somewhere along this horrible, nightmarish journey, Wade became yours. And there's no way you're gonna let some random girl off the streets take away what's yours. You pick up the scalpel from the tool tray, gripping it tight. Oh, now we get the scalpel. Now we get the scalpel. Now because we want to stab this bitch in the neck, instead of this bitch, we get the scalpel. Not when we're trying to escape from him, but when we want to be like, we're here forever, yay! Then we automatically find this goddamn scalpel. Son of a bitch. Wait, what are you doing? Before Wade can stop you, you press the tip of the tiny, razor-sharp blade into the girl's skin. With one quick swipe, you slit the biggest vein you can find in her throat. For a few seconds, all you can see is red, your hands shaking as you watch the blood spurt out of the girl's artery. Then you turn to Wade, your heart racing. I couldn't let her have you. You're mine. Wade stares in disbelief for a few moments, and you worry he might be angry with you. Then a grin appears on his face, an expression of unhinged excitement. Darling, I don't think I've ever wanted to... Oh, yikes. Yikes, I don't want to do that. No, thank you. No. Wade seems much more delighted than you would have expected, especially given how he acted this morning, all irritable and cold. He grabs you by the hips, pulling you close. Why didn't you tell me sooner that you felt this way? Because it's been less than 24 hours. I probably just started feeling this way 30 minutes ago. I have to admit, I never expected it. He seems almost high off the idea that you would like him in any genuine way. It's hard to focus on his excitement, though, when it sinks in what you've done. What's going on? What's wrong with you? You just killed a girl with your own hands. And why? Because you were jealous. Something about Wade gets to your head in ways you can't seem to fight or resist. You feel almost detached from yourself as he takes you by the hand, leading you out of the basement. We can take care of the body later. Right now, I just want to make you mine. You look sexy, all covered in blood. Yay. Oh, yikes. Alright, you know the drill. We're gonna tell him to fuck off, and then we're gonna tell him to fuck. Get away from me. You can't do something like this. Not with a man who just murdered someone before your eyes. He didn't murder them. You did. You push his hands away, shaking your head. Stop. I can't do that with you. Wade looks irritated right away by your rejection, swatting your hands away and undoing your button anyways. You can, and you will. Clearly, he doesn't really intend to give you a choice in the matter. He doesn't care if you want to or not. Yeah, 'cause he's a fucking psycho. You try again to push him away, more insistently this time. You can't let him do this after what you've seen. He seems to snap in some way when you push him back, like a light switch flipping. He grabs you roughly by the wrist, pulling you close to him. Don't you fucking push me. Do you know how lucky you are to be here? I could have killed you by now. He's harsh as he backs you against the bed, shoving you down onto it. We're going to do this one way or another, sweetheart. Might as well lay back and enjoy it, I guess. Oh, he just falls asleep. When you try to stand, you find that your legs don't have the strength to stand yet. You'll have to let yourself recover from what just happened before you can go anywhere. You try to stay awake, but eventually exhaustion overtakes you. Your eyes drift closed and you fall asleep, sinking into merciful darkness. There will be a timed escape tomorrow, you know it. You don't know what you'll do if there isn't. When you wake the next morning, Wade stretches next to you, yawning. I need to wash these dirty sheets, they're filthy. Wade looks over at you, sending you a little smile. When he's well rested and calm, he seems nothing like the dangerous man you saw last night. It's disturbing just how normal he seems most of the time. Could you head down into the kitchen and cook something up for breakfast while I wash these? Sure, I sure will go into the kitchen and cook something and not leave. This could be your chance to escape. You remember the knife in the kitchen drawer and nod. Yeah, I'll go start cooking. Wade seems a little surprised that you agreed, but he smiles, nodding as he gets to work stripping the sheets. You head out of the bedroom to the kitchen, pulling the drawer open and staring for a moment at the knife. You should catch him off guard before you use that on him. If you try it while he's still on his guard, you might end up getting caught. In the end, you'll decide you'll do it while he's eating, which means you need to cook something for him. You manage to rustle up some eggs from the fridge and a pack of breakfast sausages from the freezer. Now's our chance to use the poison. Use the poison now. Die, bitch. The sausages just need to be seared to crisp them up, but the eggs require a little more cooking. As you scramble up the contents of the eggs, you remember something important. The packet of rat poison you found in the basement cabinets. Here we go. If you used it on the eggs, maybe you could kill them and get out of here. Yeah, poison the food, yes. Without a second thought, you rip open the packet of poison, sprinkling it into the gooey egg and mixing. You add a good dash of hot sauce from the fridge to cover up the taste of the poison. Once the eggs are cooked, you plate them up carefully with the sausage. Your heart is racing. You can only hope you'll get away with this. If you can kill him, you'll be able to get out of here safely. You can hear his footsteps in the other room and the beep of a washer. He'll be coming to the kitchen soon. After what feels like forever, you can hear footsteps, the sound of Wade coming into the kitchen. Hey there, the food smells good, thanks for cooking. Oh, you're so welcome. Don't make me eat it myself, though. You eat it all of it, by yourself. I'm not hungry, don't worry. Wade smiles warmly as he settles down at the kitchen table. You set a plate down in front of him, smiling a little, trying not to think about the other night. It's difficult to think about what Wade has done. Wade accepts the food easily, glancing towards you. Aren't you gonna eat something? You hesitate, trying to think up a good reason you don't have anything to eat. Well, you didn't have enough eggs to make 2 portions of food, so I just made some for you. Wade seems to accept this answer pretty easily, nodding with a smile. That makes sense, yeah. Wade digs into the plate of eggs and sausage, seeming to enjoy the taste of them. You stand in the kitchen, watching him eat cautiously. This is it. This is your chance to escape. You creep over toward the drawer, pulling out the knife as quietly as you can. Wade's head whips around to look at you just as you lunge towards him, pressing the kitchen knife close to his throat. Whoa, darling, what the hell are you doing? Wade seems shocked and nervous, his eyes wide as he watches you. With the knife right against the skin of his throat, he doesn't dare move to fight you. The last thing he wants is for the knife to cut into his neck and leave him bleeding out. I mean, I've done it once. I'll fucking do it again. At least, that's how it seems for a moment. Then he lunges, grabbing at your arm and trying to pull the knife from your grasp. It almost seems like he's going to succeed, but then the poison kicks in. He coughs, and blood spatters over your hand, dribbling down his bottom lip. His eyes widen in horror. What did you do? I poisoned you! Ha ha! What did you do? The smiley faces. His coughing grows more intense, blood dribbling down his lip. His strength is draining because of the poison, and you have no trouble wresting the knife away from him. You press it to his throat, panting for breath from the struggle. I should do it. I should kill you right now. Your voice trembles a little as you point the knife against his throat. Wade's breathing is shaky, sounding hoarse and raspy as it passes through his raw throat. He stares at you for a moment, his eyes shining with bitterness. Then the anger seems to drain out of him, leaving an unnameable emotion. Do it. Done. What? Of all the things he could have said, this was the last you'd expected. He's just trying to psych you out, dude. Just do it. Why would he want you to kill him? He doesn't. It's reverse psychology, obviously. Do it. I'm a danger to you, to everyone. The world would be safer without me in it. This is true. He seems, on some level, deep beneath the sadistic tendencies, to know exactly how horrible he is, how dangerous, how awful, how violent he is. He knows it, and in a way, maybe he's been trying to tell you so this whole time. You take a deep breath, the edge of the knife biting into his skin slightly. Kill him! Kill this stupid little bitch! You press the knife in closer, watching it draw a thin line of blood. First, you're gonna unlock the front door for me. You lead him into the living room, the front door standing in the way of your escape. You push him forward towards it, and he unlocks it carefully, his hand shaking a little. Why did I need his help to lock it? And why does he have a tooth keychain? There, you can get out now. His eyes are wild from a strange combination of fear and excitement, like he always knew it would come to this. He's been anticipating it. With the door standing open a crack, you draw the knife across his throat in one quick motion. You watch with strangely unfeeling eyes as he chokes on his own blood. Maybe your time with him has changed you more than you'd like to think. You release him, watching him fall to the ground, then you step out the open front door and into the daylight. You walk down the driveway calmly, pausing to look back for only a moment. You can see him framed in the doorway of his painfully normal home, his blood forming a puddle on the floor. You're free, but as you walk away, you feel different than you did when you met him in the park. You may be free of Wade's house, but in a way, you'll never be free from the changes he created in you. But I survived, and that's the only thing that matters. Oh damn, there is still a bunch of endings left. Okay, well, at least I have kind of a semi-game plan for the next time that we play. So I hope you'll come back, and thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you later.